So good morning my dear students, once again welcome to grade 12th accountancy class. Okay, today we are going to take the new chapter, that is chapter number 1, accounting for share capital, correct? That is our volume 2 book, first chapter, correct? Accounting for share capital. So before going to discuss, as you know, when you are going to start the business, capital is very important, correct? So I will get the capital. So as you know already, according to Companies Act, in a financial statement, under equities and liabilities, correct? First item is what? Shareholders fund. So under the shareholders fund, again we can discuss share capital, correct? So that's what now we are going to discuss detailedly. So before that, so share capital coming under where? Only coming under company, correct? Company accounts. So share capital, company accounts. Normally capital, anyone can start the business. So only the form of organization, which form of organization going to start, whether sole proprietor or partnership or joint stock company or companies, correct? So share capital means as a capital. Why it is called share capital? That's what we want to discuss. How it is going to accounting for share capital, the treatment of share capital. So as a business, going to start the business, we want money, so I will get money. Before that, we want to know detailedly about the introduction of the company, correct? So what is the meaning of the company? So as you know already, section 2, subsection 20 of the Companies Act, company means a company incorporated under the act or any previous company, correct? For example, when you start a business, first you start as a sole trader. Thereafter, you planning to do partnership. So then you want to convert it into company. So that's what the previous company, that's what they're telling, incorporated. So nothing but a company is an entity, correct? Incorporated by a group of persons through the process of law for undertaking a business. That means what? So company is a separate one, it's a legal entity, correct? That's what here, so an entity incorporated by a group of persons, correct? That's what the section is very important. Section 2, subsection 20 of the Companies Act 2013. Okay, so Act is 2013. When you go to discuss about the company's account, should be memorize the section also, correct? The section is very important, correct? So you are going to memory, you can make it practice, correct? That's what. See, then move for the company, you have to know what are the features or characteristics of the company, correct? What are the features of the company? The first one is incorporation. Incorporation under Companies Act 2013. So earlier it is called Companies Act 1956. Thereafter, now only at the year 2013, that's it is called Companies Act 2013, it is changed, correct? That's what going to incorporation. So any company going to incorporate under Companies Act 2013, correct? Thereafter, separate legal entity. That is very important feature, correct? So any company, person is different, company is different. So which concept you are following? A business entity concept, correct? Suppose a person come and go, but company is still running, correct? For example, you can say who is the founder of our Reliance, Dhirubhai Ambani, correct? So now he is no more, but company is still running, correct? The Tata, Iron Steel Tata, like that, correct? So who are the founder of the company, but even though he is no more, but company is still existing. That's what here, a separate legal entity. That's why it is called artificial person. The company is an artificial person. So what is an artificial person? Person, natural person. But here artificial person, correct? We discussed in the plus one. The type of different personal accounts, correct? Coming under artificial person as a company point of view. So the very important point, separate legal entity, thereafter artificial person, correct? So perpetual existence, that's what this 2 is very important, the 3 points. Separate legal entity, as artificial person, thereafter perpetual existence. Okay, the companies exist. So anything will happen for the person, but company is still running, correct? That's what here is meaning perpetual succession or perpetual existence. You can say perpetual succession or perpetual existence, correct? Then it's very important, limited liability, correct? For example, partnership, liability is unlimited, correct? If anything happens, a partner also can pay his private properties also, but here only the limited liability. That is very important point under company. Thereafter, transferability of shares. That is very important. That's what we are going to discuss later on. Shares. Transferability of shares. Here what is shares? Nothing but just what is the share capital? Make it as number of units. Small units is called number of small units called shares. Correct. That's what transferability of shares. You can transfer any other person. Correct. That is the possibility in company. Then management and the ownership. Here who is the management? So all the shareholders elected what? In the form of directors. Okay, the directors enable to management. Who is the owner here? A shareholder, a person who buy the shares of the company, they become the ownership of the company. Correct. That's what here management done by the directors. Correct. Thereafter as a ownership through shareholders. That is a very, very important point. And finally, common seal. Here, what is a common seal? So any company, you want to affix common seal. Okay, for the any transaction, you want to put a seal of the company name. Correct. So whatever the company name, you want to put particular seal. That's what it is called common seal. Authorization. Correct. That's what some of the 8 important points under features of company. Correct. That's what the company. So before you have to understand what is the company, then what is the features of the company. Now we're going to learn what are the different types of the company. Company may be public limited company, private company, then 1% company. Correct. That is OPC, 1% company. Okay. Thereafter, how the capitals are contributed. That's what now we're going to discuss one by one. Okay. So then we have an idea about before going to start for the accounting for share capital. Okay. That's what we have to see. The features is very, very important. The 8 features about the company or characteristics of the company. Okay. So now we will see the difference between partnership and the company. Correct. So different form of organization. So definitely you have idea about what's the difference between partnership and company. Correct. Then only you have to enter the creation of the capital. You have idea. Correct. See here the difference between partnership and the company. Nothing but joint stock company. Correct. So we make it. What is the basis? The mode of formation. Suppose as a partnership, see, how you are going to create a partnership by the agreement, correct, under the Partnership Act 1932, correct. So without agreement, we can't create a partnership, correct. So that's why the agreement is very, very important. Similarly, under company, you're going to registration. So you're going to register the company name, correct. That's what here, registration under the Companies Act 2013. That's what the very important point, difference of mode of formation. Here, through agreement, here, by registration. That's what the point number 1. Then, so what are the Regulation Act? So here, we are going to do what? Agreement through Indian Partnership Act 1932 applies, correct? Under the Partnership Act 1932. Here is very, very important. Here also, the Companies Act 2013 applies. So old one is 1956, Companies Act 1956. Now rectified and removed a lot of section. Now they formed particular year. That's why it is 2013. Okay, under the Regulation Act coming under the Companies Act 2013 applies. Correct. That's what the second important point. The third one is number of members. Here should be very careful. The comparison between partnership and the company. Correct. So here a minimum is for minimum 2 persons. You are going to form the partnership. Correct. So any 2 members, more than 2, you can create a partnership as a partner. Otherwise, it's not a partner. Correct. So single person means what? Sole trader, sole proprietor. Correct. That's what here as a partnership, minimum 2 persons. So what is the maximum? That is maximum is what? 50. Correct. So that's what as per the 464 of the Companies Act 2013 and Rule 10 of Companies, this miscellaneous rules 2014, they mention maximum is 50. Right? So minimum is 2. So that's what a separate part. Even the incorporated companies here under the partnership. Correct. But here it's very important. Now we are going to discuss detailedly. Here there are 2 ways of company. One is public company, other is private company. Correct. Under public company, what's the minimum member? 7. But private company, minimum is 2. Correct. That is very, very important. As a public, minimum is 7 members. Here, minimum is 2 as a private company. Thereafter, maximum, here there is no limit. Under public company, there is no limit. So, there is no ceiling limit. Correct. So, they are not mentioned maximum. Anyone can become member. So, number of people. So, restriction, there is no restriction for the maximum. But here, as a private company, up to 200 only. That's what. So, I repeat once again. So, public company minimum is 7. As a private company minimum is 2. Similarly, maximum is no limit. But under the private company, maximum is 200. That's what our very important of number of members. Then move for the liability. See, the liability is very important. That's what the partnership. What is the danger here? Liability is unlimited. So anything happens, individual partner also liable for the private property. They can liable to the creditors. Correct. That's what the very bigger minus point here. The partnership is unlimited. Liability is unlimited. Okay, that's why the risk is there as a partner. Correct. So not only the business affected, our as a partner's private property also, whenever suppose unable to pay money or any insolvency of the firm, a partner also contribute their private money. Correct. That's why here liability is unlimited. But here as a company, liability is only limited. Why? Because only the particular share contribution only, so unpaid shares only, the shareholder can contribute. So later on discuss detailing. So what is the meaning of the limited? Correct. That's one very important point here. Liability as a partnership is unlimited. As a company, it is limited. That's one very important point. Thereafter, see distribution of profits. Suppose you are running a partnership, how the partners enjoying profit. So how they will share the profits. So they should mention whether they should mention in the agreement. What are the percentage of profit? Suppose 2 or 3 or more partners. What is the sharing? Whether 20%, then 60%, likewise, or according to the capital contribution. Correct. So that's what. How they are going to share the profits. They want to mention in partnership deed. That is very important. They want to mention the distribution of profit as per partnership deed. Suppose they are not mentioning clearly in their partnership deed. Naturally, all the partners equally enjoy the profits. That's what the idea. So there is no deed. They are not mentioned any sharing. So naturally all the partners sharing their profits. Correct. But here as a company depends articles of association. So you know in your business studies. Correct. Earlier you studied about companies. There are two. One is memorandum of association. That is the object class. Different object class. Correct. So name of the company. What is the object? Quite a registered company like that. But here also depends articles of association, distribution of profit coming under. So what is articles of association? It will give the management of the company. Correct. That's what. So directors has to what share of profit. So director has to decide what share of profit is going to distribute. Correct. But here it mentioned in a deed according to partnership. But here under the company, maybe the articles of association they will clarify. Otherwise, the director has to decide according to the share of profit. They will decide every year. It depends on the availability or surplus of the profit. Correct. That's one very important point. The distribution of profit. Then, so audit. As an audit in the partnership, so not mandate. So not necessary. But audit is good. Even a partnership, auditing the accounts is very good because you are maintaining the accounts, you want to confirm whether I am doing my accounts correct or not. So helpful for even go for the any bank loan. Suppose your accounts is audited, you can get the loan very easily, correct, quickly. So here as a company, it is mandate. It's a compulsory you want to do audit of account. That's very important. In a partnership, not necessary, not mandatory, not compulsory. But as a company, it is compulsory. You want to do audit of the accounts. Correct. That's what it's a very important point under the Companies Act. Okay. So let's see the points. See the mode of formation and then according to Regulation Act, the number of members, thereafter liability, thereafter distribution of profit, then audit. Correct. So here the continuation of the difference between partnership and the company. See the seventh one, management. Right. So under the management, the partners, how they are doing the business. Maybe all the partners or any of the partners acting for all. So all the partners can do the business or any one partner acting for other partner. Right. That's what the discussion here under the management, how they are managing the business. But in a company and a joint stock company, it's managed by the directors. Correct. Here the directors manage the business. So how they elected by the shareholders. Correct. So here the directors run the business. Here maybe all the partner or only one of the partner acting for all. Correct. That's what the very important point. Okay. Here then transfer of shares. See, as a transfer of shares, it's very important. As you know, as a partnership, you can't transfer even your responsibility, your property, whatever it is, you can't transfer anywhere. Correct. That's what very important under partnership. But in company, except in the private company. So suppose you are running a private company, there is no question of transfer of shares. But as a public company, you can transfer of the shares, correct? That's why you can say the share market, you can do the share business, correct? How you are going to do the shares, correct? So without this, we can't do the business. So you can be able to transfer the business under company, but not in under partnership. That is very, very important point, correct? Then the business here can carry on business if all the partners agree. Suppose all the partners agree, only consent of all the partners, you can continue the business. Otherwise, you can't continue. Correct. But here, how they mention in a company, you know the different classes, maybe name class, object class, liability class, like that, totally 5 classes. Here, under the object class, you want to mention in a memorandum of association, you have to clearly mention under the object class what are the business. Business should be the legality of the business. Okay. So there you have to clearly mention the object of the business, what you're going to do, what you're going to produce, or whether doing trading without affecting the environment. Correct. That's what now recently latest Environment Act 2020 coming. Correct. That's what is very, very important object class. It's very important for the where you can mention, especially memorandum of association. You have to mention the object class. How you are going to do the business? What type of business? There is no question of illegal business. Correct. Should be the legal business. That is very, very important. That's what the object class you have to verify clearly. You have to clearly mention the motive of the business. Correct. Then winding up. That is very, very important. So in the winding up in partnership, how it is possible? Suppose some 2 or 3 partners doing the business. So close up of the business or winding up the business, how it is possible? Maybe a partner the death can happen. Correct. Maybe death can be happen. Correct. Sorry. So here winding up by agreement. Correct. So how is the winding up? Maybe the agreement. Okay. All come together, better close the business. Okay. Better all close the business, come to the winding up the business in a partnership. That's what here. Maybe by agreement or by order of the court. Sometimes the court will give the order. Hereafter, you no need to continue the business because some other partners may be not willing. Some partners agree. The remaining partners not agree to run the business. They go for the court or any problem about the business. Through court, you can get the order. So winding up is possible. But in a company, see, the process prescribed in the Companies Act 2013. See, here the very, very important thing, in the Companies Act 2013, suppose a business want to winding up, they will appoint liquidator. So you will study detailedly for this discussion when you are going for the BCom second year, corporate accounts, we will learn how to prepare liquidator account. So who is the liquidator appointed by the court to settle the assets and liabilities? That is called liquidator. Correct. So that's what the process prescribed in the Companies Act 2013. So how to winding up? That's what the winding up under the Companies Act. They will appoint a liquidator to sell the property of the assets and liability, distribute whether the equity shareholder, preference shareholder. Later on we discuss for the different type of shares. That's what it's very, very important point. They clearly mentioned here process prescribed in the Companies Act 2013. As a partnership, maybe a agreement or through court. Correct. That's what they winding up. Then the final point is stability. That's what I am trying to say. The stability of the business. Suppose how is the stability of the business affected? They're doing the business in a partnership, 3 or more partners doing the business. How the stability will continue? How it will affect? It may be affect due to death or some partners want to go out. That is retirement. Correct. Thereafter or incapacity or insolvency of the business. That means what? They are unable to continue the business. They are unable to pay the dues to the creditors, any investors, any financiers. Correct. That's what that is called insolvency. That's what a 3 important point. So affected due to death or retirement or insolvency. But in a Companies Act, there is no question of death, there is no question of insolvency, even transfer of shares, the company will still running. Correct. That's what a limited company, the important point, you can, whatever it is happened to the person, whoever, suppose any director, anything happened, but company is still running. That's what very important discussion here. It never affects the death of the director or any insolvency or transfer of shares by the shareholders. The company is still running, still continues. That's what it's a very important point totally. See the formation, difference between the partnership of company. We discussed totally how many formation is there. One is mode of formation, thereafter Regulation Act, then number of members, then thereafter liability, then distribution of profits, then thereafter audit, then finally that's what the management, then transfer of shares, then business, then winding up. Okay. Finally, how it was stability affected. That's what the totally 11 important points. Difference between partnership and company should be keep in your mind. Okay. So now we are going to see the different kinds of the companies. Correct. So there are three type of companies. One is one person company, then private company, then public company. Correct. So one person company under section 2, subsection 62. How you can say? Section 2, subsection 62 of the Companies Act 2013. Correct. So one person company. So one person company. Section 2, subsection 62. Why it is called one person? Naturally, only the one natural person. One person as member. Rule 3 of the Companies Incorporation Rules 2014. They mentioned. So I repeat, one person. Mean only one person as member. Rule 3 of the Companies within the bracket Incorporation Rules 2014. So only a natural person. So why I am mentioning all these Rule 3 of the Companies Incorporation? Thereafter, our Rules 2014, one more question, they have to mention. So what is the meaning of the one person company? You have to mention these points, correct? Even you have to mention section 2, subsection 62. Suppose you don't know the section, but you leave it. Or you know very well only, you have to write the section, correct? So, only a natural person should become a one person company. Then, cannot be formed for charitable purposes. Suppose as a person, one person company for the charitable purpose, they can't do for the charitable purpose. Correct. That is very, very important. It's because they can misuse for the charitable purpose. That's what the idea. Then, paid up capital not more than 50 lakhs. The paid up capital should be not more than 50 lakhs. Later on going to know what is the meaning of paid up capital. Right. So already you know in the financial statement of the company, authorized the capital. Okay. Then issued capital, subscribed capital, paid up capital. Here that paid up capital should not be exceed more than 50 lakhs. Thereafter, average annual turnover. So that's why shortly written. Turnover of 3 years should not exceed 2 crores. That means what? Suppose for 3 years of your one person company, the average of all the 3 years, the turnover should not exceed 2 crores. Then only it is considered as a one person company. These are the conditions. So first condition should be a natural person. So not for the cannot be formed for the charitable purpose. The paid up capital should be not more than 50 lakhs. Thereafter, the average annual turnover of the 3 years should not exceed 2 crores. That's what the definition of one person company under section 2, 62, subsection 62. I will say section 2, subsection 62. So you have to keep in your mind for the section. Suppose you are studying for the companies, accounts, companies act. Okay, now itself. Suppose you want to do the future for chartered accountant course. So now itself we want to develop how to study for the company law. Correct. Then, so what is a private company? As a name itself, or it is private. Correct. So as a private, naturally what happened? Section 2, subsection 68 restricts the right to transfer its shares. Suppose you go to start the company under private limited, you have to mention private company. So it's a restriction of the transfer of share. So you can't transfer your share. Okay, so you want to hold it you only, can't transfer the share. That is the important point. Then prohibits any invitation to public to subscribe for any securities of the company. That means what? So you can't invite public to get money. That's what prohibitory invitation to the public for subscription of the company. Correct? That's what they clearly mentioned. Prohibits any invitation to restrict to public to subscribe for any securities of the company. So you can't get money from the public. That's why it is called what? Private company. So you can mobilize the funds only through your friends and relatives. You can't go for the public. So that's what. Then here the director should at least 2. Minimum director should be at least 2, but not more than 15 directors. If you want to file a private company, at least 2 directors, then not more than 15 directors. You can form the private company. Only thing, you can't transfer the shares, so prohibit to invite public for the getting money. That's all the 2 important points under the public private company, section 2, subsection 68. Then coming for the public company under section 271. It's a very important one. Section 2, subsection 71. Simply we will say, so it's not a private company. So in definition we can easily write, what do you mean by public company? So public company under section 2, subsection 71 is not a private company. That's what the definition. So what is the important point? Here the minimum is 7. The members we discussed, correct? Maximum is no limit. Here minimum is what? At least 2, but maximum up to 200, correct? According to the companies, so for the requirement of the company, correct? That's what is very important. Minimum is 7, here maximum no limit under public company. Here also directors must be 3 directors, should be 3 directors. But it's 2, it's not a public company. You want to convert as a public company, directors should be how many directors? 3 directors. Here also, but not more than 15 directors, correct? So here, so minimum is must be 3 directors, should not exceed 15 directors. But here should be at least 2 directors, should not exceed 15 directors under private company. So these are the important points under one person company, private company, public company. So here the very important point, liability, correct? So how the liability, whether it is a private company or public company, so how the liability is planned here. See, that's what limited liability under section 2, subsection 22. So what is limited liability? Only the particular portion of the shares only a shareholder can liable for the business, correct? So only the unpaid shares. So beyond that, we can't get money from the shareholder. That's why it is called limited liability under section 2, subsection 22. The second one, as you know very well, unlimited liability under section 2, subsection 92. So what is unlimited liability? Naturally, so liability is unlimited. Even a shareholder can pay their private properties also. From the pocket, he has to pay. That's what it is called unlimited liability. Correct? That's what limited liability up to the unpaid shares. But what is unlimited liability? So beyond the pocket, even though shareholder can eligible for pay for the private properties also. Correct? That's what, suppose unable to pay the company, the shareholder can pay from their pocket to settle the dues for the creditors. Correct? That's what is very important. Unlimited liability under section 2, subsection 92. The third one is very important. Company limited by guarantee, section 2, subsection 21. Correct? That is very important. As a company limited by guarantee means some guarantee portion only they can able to pay. That's why when compared to this, some more differ from unlimited liability. They given this some guarantee. That's why liability can be classified into limited liability, unlimited liability, and the company limited by guarantee. Correct? Then what are the 3 types of company? One person company, private company, public company. That's what these are the under the heading of kinds of companies. That's what you should be keep in your mind. How the section you have to memorize. Okay. Section 2, subsection 62, one person company. Section 2, subsection 68, private company. Public company, section 2, subsection 71. Here everything section 2, section 2, section 2. Only the subsection vary. Correct? Here 62, here 68, here 71. Similarly here also section 222. Subsection 22 means limited liability. 92 means unlimited liability. Section 21. Subsection 21 means company limited by guarantee. That is the practice. So suddenly we can't memorize. We want to practice. Correct? So what is the meaning of the company? So what section? Thereafter kinds of company. What are the section? So now itself we want to practice for reason in your mind, for memory of the recollecting of the section. Correct? Suppose you don't know, don't mention the section in our main exam. Correct? That's why here we discussed the kinds of companies. That is very, very important for the 1 mark question. So now we are discussing about the difference between one person company, private company, and the public company. Correct? So that's what your synopsis of understanding of 3 types of companies, kinds of companies. See here, the difference between one person company, private company, public company. See, the first one is the basis number of members. As you know, as a one person company, naturally minimum and maximum only one person. Coming under private company, minimum is 2, maximum is 200. Okay. Then public company, minimum is 7 and maximum is no limit. Okay, that's what our first discussion, number of members. And going for the second one, transfer of shares. So naturally 1% company, the transfer of shares not applicable. But here also, private company, articles of association restrict to transfer of shares, correct? But in a public company, there is no restriction because it's a public company. You can transfer the shares. Any shareholder can transfer the shares, correct? That's what very important point. Transfer of shares for the 1% company. What is the effect? Private company and public company, correct? Go for the third one, prospectus. That will study later on detail. What is the meaning of prospectus, correct? Here, what is the prospectus here and 1% company? No need. So only one person. So no, you never invite anyone outside, correct? That's what say. Here the private company need not issue. There is no question of prospectus. But in a public company, definitely must be issued. Definitely in a public company, prospectus should be issued, or statement in lieu of prospectus is filed with register of companies. Okay, so what is ROC means? Simply form they will say register of companies, correct? So under the public company, prospectus must be issued, or it may be statement in lieu of prospectus is filled with register of companies. That's a very, very important term for the prospectus under public company, correct? Then thereafter, subscription of shares. Here, what is the meaning of subscription of shares? Here, shares cannot be offered to public because no question of invitation. Okay, that's why no question of offer shares to the public as a subscription. Similarly, in private company also, only suppose start a business by private company, so only you get money from your relatives and friends, correct? So only the known sources, now not for the our public. So that's why no question of subscription. That's why no question of offer to the public, both as 1% company and the private company. But in public company, definitely offer to public. That's why it is called public company. We're going for the public for getting money, correct? For capital, share capital, correct? That's what here. Subscription of shares possibility only in public company, but not in 1% company and private company. Okay, thereafter, articles of association, what they mentioning under 1% company, you want to pass special articles of association. So what is the articles of association? It will consist of management, internal affairs of the company, correct? So what is memorandum of association? It consists of clauses, different clauses, name clause, object clause, correct? Then liability clause, like that. So here, the articles of association, you want to make it special articles of association necessary in 1% company. Similarly, private company also special articles of association necessary. But here, we will say that is called table F. Instead of article of association, under the public company, we will say table F. Okay. So, what is the number of directors? So, as you know very well, again, as a 1% company, minimum one director, at least one director, not more than 15 directors. So here also, at least 2 directors, as a private company, director, at least 2 directors. So maximum also same 15. Then public company, director must be 3 directors. Here the question is underlined, not at least, must be 3 and not more than 15. As here, more than all 3 are same. But here, as 1% company, 1. As a private company, 2. Then public company must be 3. Correct. Here only the little bit changes. Should be careful. Correct. Thereafter, allotment of shares. So what is the here? Idea of allotment of shares. As a 1% company, no question of allotment. Okay. It need not allot anyone. But here, as a private company, a particular director of the company only decide whether going to allot or not. Correct. But here, as a public company, allotted only. When you are going to allot, at least if minimum subscription has been received. At least when you are going for the public, you have to invite public, at least minimum subscription you have to receive. Then only going for the further allotment. So later classes we will discuss what is the meaning of minimum subscription. Correct. So here understood. Here as a private company, as allotment of shares, director has to decide. But here, so when the allotment possible, only at least the minimum subscription has to be received from the public. Correct. So what is the meaning of minimum subscription? We will discuss further. That is very, very important term. Thereafter, public deposit. So as a public deposit, naturally, in a 1% company, you cannot invite and accept deposits from the public. Same manner in private company also. So we can't invite and accept because that's a private company. But in a public company, definitely you can invite and accept deposits from the public. Correct? That is the interesting point. You can public company accepted public deposits. Okay. Then finally name. It's very very important. So the word, what is one person company? You have to mention OBC in the bracket. Suppose one person company and the name, any name, bracket they have to mention one person company. OPC is used as part of the name. As you know, private company, you want to mention private limited or PVT, correct? You can say even private limited, private, PVT, short form. Correct, private limited. So once you see the, so for example, Sun Pharma Private Limited. So naturally it is coming under private company. Now you can recollect what are the procedures and techniques and what are the business motive for the private company. But coming under public, you want to mention the word public limited. When it is limited, you can say it's a public limited. For example, Sun TV now become Sun Limited. As a Sun Limited means what? It's coming under public limited. So naturally, they can issue shares. You can buy the shares from the Sun TV, correct? So Sun TV Limited, you know the famous channel. So that's why it is called limited. You want to mention public. So limited means public company. So naturally, if you put private, coming under private limited company. So that's what easily identification of the company classification. Because they're coming under one person company, OBC, or private company, or public limited, just limited. So any name with limited. Now one more example, L.A. Vivek & Co. So what is Vivek & Co means coming under partnership, correct? So now you can say come out outside, see the Vivek, the showroom, they will mention it is coming under Vivek Limited. So what is the meaning? So public became a public limited. They can invite shares from the public. That's why as a discussion for these, when you go outside, just to listen. So practically you can able to learn. See the name of the board, company's name. So what they are mentioning, whether coming under sole proprietor or is a partnership or is a company. It's a company. So what they are mentioning as a private limited company or public limited company. Correct. These are the observation we want to develop further for discussion about our company accounts, especially our accounting for share capital. So I hope that we discussed today for the basis of our recollection of the meaning of company. So what's the meaning of company? So what's the difference between partnership and company? Correct. Thereafter different kinds of the company. Correct. Thereafter limited liability. Correct. Whether limited liability, unlimited liability. Thereafter the very important one, we can collectively together synopsis of difference between one person company, private company and public limited company, public company. Correct. These are the basic ones you learned this video classes. Okay, so we will make it repeated, keep in your mind. So next class onwards, we discuss about the incorporation of the company. So how to company going to incorporate. That's what the basic things we want to learn. Thereafter only moving for the accounting for share capital. But suddenly, if you go for share capital, become confused. So these are the basics for the company's account. These are important points we discussed today. So I hope that you understood. So again, you see the video, you can able to follow the points. So when you receive the video, please take your notebook and make the points wherever available. Correct? That's what my wish. Okay. So thank you very much.